Welcome back to Game On. It's time to talk about the Carling knockout and tell you what, upsets were the order of the day in the first round of this year's Carling knockout as some of the big boys suffered some huge blows. Jerry Skosana here to help me break down what happened over the last weekend. Let's start with Mamelodi Sundowns up against Marumo Gallants. No goals, over 120 minutes, goes down to penalties, and Gallants wins 7-6 after it went, of course, to sudden death as well, a penalty shootout. It seemed the Gallants came out to frustrate Mamelodi Sundowns, and they not only frustrated them on the field, but in the stands as well, with the Sundowns supporters applying a bit of pressure in their displeasure after the game.
Yes, but I think if maybe I have to track back in our last, talking of the fixture, I did hint out that it wasn't going to be an easy game for Mamelodi Sundowns. It was going to be difficult, but I tried to give them the upper hand to say, even though it's going to be difficult, they will go through. But look, it was something different. Give credit to Marumo Gallants, especially Washington Arubi, being man of the match and
40 years old.
40 years old, and giving that a stellar performance is something which really makes me feel better, because these are the players that needs to show the youngsters, the up-and-coming players, how it's supposed to be done.
Now, Gallants, the Sundowns, they played most recently before the game, Carling knockout. It ended 1-1. How important was that game for Gallants, who haven't lost to Sundowns this season, to prepare them for the game, the Carling knockout?
Always the case. I mean, if you're going to play a big club like Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs, you always up your game. And this is exactly what these boys have done at Marumo Gallants. I mean, if you look at their 1-0 draw in a league game, you'll just say, look, they deserve it, because they did show it. It's not like it was just one of those days where Sundowns couldn't play well. But give it to Marumo Gallants. I say splendid performance, good showing. And yeah, this is exactly what you want to see in this football.
The fans now, Katoso, under some serious pressure.
Amakhosi.
You saw the way by reacting upon.
That's bad, because if you look at Sundowns, the following, Bannerad problem and tendency of they are a bigger club. They've got all the necessary measures in terms of players they want to use, and then they get frustrated and now they go and fight on the outside. Yes, maybe not good one for Miguel Cardoso, the coach, but I don't think it's something which is good for South African football. We need to understand somehow yes. Uluze kuhlapha encane, supporters are frustrated, asizameni kuyilungisa manje esingabalandeli.
Manje Kaizer Chiefs bewathi they are bread and butter is Stellenbotch. Last week ngathi kuwe Stellenbotch bangafuna ukuvuka ngeKaizer Chiefs. Nil nayo goes to penalties. Hey, drama man towards the end ngeKaizer Chiefs and the goalkeeping situation. Substitutions, but Stellenbotch win it 5-4.
And now you don't normally look at how like Chiefs are playing. Now, the issue of Ntwari, when it went to penalties, it tells you a lot that maybe there is something which is not good with the technical team. I mean, players are in control of themselves. So a player can do as he pleases, because there's no element of you need to make sure that you work for the club or whatever. Because if the technical team are the good leaders of a club, that needs to show through the players inside the field. But the showing that happened with that sub, and you could even see the upstairs there, the Mutaungs not also being happy about it. I mean, it's something which I wasn't happy about. But yeah, let's give Stellis a good showing at home. And yeah, they won on penalties, but Cape Town boys, man. Hatrick Morris, man, against this guy that he knows from Cape Town, in Cape Town.
Yeah, Sage.
Oh, Solomons as well. Boy from Cape Town, in Cape Town, missing those penalties. It wasn't a good thing, but yeah. Still is advanced to the next round.
Now, Siwelele put up a good fight against Orlando Pirates. Then Mbokazi comes up with an unbelievable goal and continues with an unbelievable start to his career.
Basho nje bathi yazi if uke wadlala waba umuntu obowasha amagoal. I was one of those people. People will talk about, hey, Easter sifike njani, hey, goal lika Jerry. Kodwa ngithi mina I just bow to that boy. I mean, you look at the way he's so confident. I mean, he's a defender from the back, holding the ball in the middle of the park, like center line, push it forward, looking at, all those diagonal balls that he normally plays for Police and all these guys, Abu Muremi, that are quick. He decided to say, you know what, this is the time. For mina lithatha limbuyisele emuva. You remember when old John Mabizele fika they lona a White Hart Lane. Wow, what a goal. I mean, Mbokazi, he deserved something.
Hey, there was a 5-goal thriller involving the defending champions Amakhosi Goalkeeper, where they led 2-0, then Amazulu fought back, Kutumela winner late, dramatically, in the 91st minute, Amakhosi winning 3-2.
Pressure on Athazwane.
Yeah.
He was supposed to win that game. You know, let's not be surprised if anything happens. You know, this is South Africa. Anything can happen. So let's hope he stays on and continue, but not a good result for him.
Now, Durban City are quietly getting on with business in the Premiership, but now they're going to put some targets on their backs with the impressive showing as well in the curling knockout. But they'll reach Spain next.
What a good derby. KZN derby. I mean, these are the teams that you always want to see improving because KZN is always the destination. So yeah, let's hope it's going to be a good one.
Gallants against former champion Stellenbotch?
Stellenbotch to go through.
Arrows, TS Galaxy?
Arrows to go through.
And then I must ask you now, because remember last season, for Pirates, he calling knockout, Mbokazi hey, what happened the first half, and then it pretty much ended with Mbokazi winning the tournament at the end. It's Pirates Mbokazi, the return, Bob.
Aye, Baba, hey, the Pirates are sinking in. Like, pay back, Baba. Pay back time. Pirates are going to win, probably, yeah. Pirates are going to go through.
There you have it. Chiris Kusana says payback time in probably the round of, or the game of the round, I should say, between Orlando Pirates and Amakhosi. And well, unfortunately, we are out of time here. We'd like to thank Chiris Kusana for joining us here, as well as Mark from afar once again, and take the time to thank you at home for joining me, Caesar Mapena, and the rest of the team that is behind the scenes here. Until next week, from us, it's click, click, bang.